Hey guys, welcome back to another video on working on this new shed I constructed. Today's video, we're going to be finally getting to the fire alarm side of things. And all the other parts, I showed building the shed, I showed working on door closer, I showed doing the underground, roughing in the electrical, doing the electrical, installing actual fixtures, switches, plugs, all that. Now it's time to get to the fire alarm part of things. So our heat detectors, pull stations, horns, strobes, and the fire alarm feed coming into it and wiring it up to the rest of the fire alarm that we already have coming out. So we're gonna get it done in today's video. Let me explain the setup and how things are gonna work here. So our fire alarm feed is going to be a conventional loop coming off of a monitor module in our main building over there. That conventional fire alarm loop off of the monitor module travels underground here, comes up into our fire alarm box here, where it goes up to a pull station on there. That's where our end of line resistor is. So we got to keep that loop. We can't just T-tap off it. So we've got this fire alarm conduit coming out of here underground to there, and that is why we pulled why we have a 4-wire for our fire alarm, because we've got to come from underground, come this way, go through all of our devices, back out and up to our end of line resistor, if that makes sense. Also, we're going to be pulling a NAC out here. We don't actually have to pull anything back to there. We just have to connect some extra wires up in there, just because it's already an 8 conductor and it's pulled up. In fact, it's an 8 conductor in this pipe going underground, and that 8 conductor comes over here into that fire alarm box, up, around, and there's an 8 conductor in there at that horn strobe. Right now it's just 2 conductors pulled down out there, so we got lots more we can add. So our monitor module doing this, we'll have to do some programming too on it. Let me just disarm this here. Right now, as you can see, it's called Tower Pull Monitor. So we'll relabel that, like relabel the physical label on it, and we'll reprogram it to Tower and Shed. So that's the plan. Also, it's set to a hazard alert, and I'm going to set it to a normal alarm, but I don't want it to be a security issue, because right now any fire alarm unlocks the main entrance door. I'm gonna get rid of that feature, I think, maybe, and no alarm will open it, just because I know I could program it separately, but I don't really want to. I'm just gonna have it cause a full alarm but not actually unlock anything, so that way it's not a security issue. Kind of already is a security issue, because somebody could, I guess, set off the fire alarm from the outside if they sprayed smoke through, and that could let them in. So I think we'll just get rid of that feature. First, we got to pull our new wire through that conduit from our new building up to that splice box on the tower. So I'm going to be pulling this. It is an 8 conductor, 18 gauge wire. This is what I always use, because the fire alarm cable, like the red stuff, like this will dissolve. It will basically just disintegrate in the water. And since the conduits, pretty much no matter how good you seal them up, they always fill up with water anyways. So we're going to run this, and it's an 8 conductor. We won't be using all 8. We will be using... that's probably counting the ground, isn't it? Yes, it is. So we will be using 5 and then another 2. So we'll be using 7 of those 8 conductors, I believe. So let's bring this out and set up our pull. So our brown and the blue here are right now what's going up to our pull station. So that is what we'll splice into the brown blue going to our new building, and then we'll splice into the brown and blue that are coming out here. We'll get spliced onto the in feed to our new building, and the coming back from the new building will splice to the brown and blue going up to our EOL. These are all spares. I'll use the red and black for our NAC circuit coming out. And we won't need anything else going up there either.
and it'll get tucked back in there. All right, let's start our pull down here. Let's run a fish tape down. I think we're there. Okay, that has all of our grounds dealt with. Now let's wire up the knack, which I know for the knack, I'm going to be using the red and the black to keep things simple where polarity actually does matter. So this is our knack circuit that will come from our last horn strobe on the side of the main garage. That horn strobe on the garage, that currently is our last device on the knack circuit. Now it will be this. Now it will be this horn strobe in here. That is our knack. So now our blue and brown will be our zone coming in. There's our brown. Brown and blue. This is zone coming in. So we'll connect our, since we're dealing with different colors now, white will be our positive and brown's positive, and blue will go to blue. Thing is, I gotta remember we messed up color coding on when I first installed this fire alarm system 3 or 4 years ago. So we're using blue as positive and brown as negative, even though that's backwards. So we're just gonna have to keep going with that, which connect blue to white, even if it's not the proper color coding. Just keep it consistent, right? I guess it doesn't really matter since polarity doesn't matter here, but so that is our positive side of the zone coming in. And the negative side. And for a zone going back out and up to the tower, I think I'm going to use white and yellow. So when you're using white and yellow, yellow becomes positive, white is negative. So connect that up to the red and black. White is negative here. Don't work with these colors very often, so I could be wrong. So that is everything done here. The orange wire will not be used, that's an extra. So now we've got to tuck all this back up in here. We're gonna wrap our orange around here too. This isn't going to be too pretty, as long as nothing's going to get pinched. All right, there you have it. We're not going to splice up to the tower yet. Now we're going to install our fire alarm devices in here. First, I'm going to install a pull station. I gotta go get a conventional pull station. I'm thinking we'll probably go with the 270 SPO and 4 contact closure devices that aren't electronic, like say a smoke detector. They don't have to be under the compatibility list if it's just contact closure. It's just the rules. Any contact closure pull station, which is every pull station ever that's not addressable, will work. All of these look fine. This one looks a tiny bit newer and nicer, so we'll go with this one. It's shiny pull station. And we'll grab a piece of glass for it. There we go. First things first, we're going to bond the box. Okay, so this is our incoming side, so we'll be using our blue and white. Going out, we'll use the blue and white again, and then these guys will just get spliced together, if that makes sense. Now again, it's not polarity sensitive, so as long as you have it on the right side. So you can see on here that you've got your 2 sides. So you'll put your blues on your one side, get them lined up a little better though first. So put our blues here. Turns out we don't need these stripped that long. And then we'll put our whites on the other side here. Man, it's been a while since I've wired up a conventional fire alarm. Same thing as addressable though, you should be wiring it the same. Lots of people think with addressable systems, oh yeah, you can T-tap wherever you can, it doesn't matter. Incorrect, it does absolutely matter. Wire an addressable system as if it's a conventional. If you don't, and it's a demo system, then whatever, but if it's a real system, you're still wiring it like it's conventional, because that is the last thing you want to do, is have a problem with a T-tap system and have to troubleshoot it. Ugh, that sounds terrifying. Wire it as if it's conventional. Okay, so now it's just red to red, black to black. I just ripped this box out here because I just realized that that 1110 box was not going to be big enough. I don't know why I thought that was possibly going to work before. We're going to put a 4-inch square in with a mud ring. Okay, got a 4-inch square now and a mud ring. Okay, we're pretty well where we left off before, just now with a box that will fit everything. I really don't know how I possibly thought that was going to work. Alright, we are now at where we left off last time, so I think I'm ready to mount this thing up finally. Okay, we'll put our brake glass in, lift up that little tabby tab, put it in through there. There we go, we have a pull station. Alright, we got a pull station. Now let's put up, should we do a horn strobe next? Yeah, let's do a horn strobe next. This is another thing, I gotta go get one first. Doesn't really need to be system sensor since it doesn't really need to sync with this, but I think I want to anyways, just keep it synced, you know. We could put a L series, but an L series is too nice for that. Just a horn, or I don't know, I'm kind of thinking we'll do just a horn strobe here. This building is small enough, I think we will put it on low volume once we actually get to that stage of putting it up. We will have to put our end of line resistor here, but I think I'm just going to put it up for now without it. Did I say that already? I don't know. All of this is already bonded through the BX, but we'll give it an extra bond anyways. I think if this was a real building, you would still be supposed to have a horn strobe out here actually. Not that it's a fake building, it's just how made for commercial occupancy. But if it was, I think you would still be supposed to actually have a horn strobe out here. Definitely a pull station. If not a horn strobe, then it's for sure a pull station. Okay, we gotta move those screws to that other screw spot. Okay, our candela is on 15. That's good. I already selected it to number 3, which is low volume, temp 3. Next device is a heat detector. All right, let's go find one of those now. I think we'll do a system sensor. I think that's all I got, actually. Can't be a smoke detector because we're coming off a non-powered monitor module, like meaning it doesn't put out any power. Can't have a smoke off it that would draw power. Yeah, let's do one of these guys. We'll start by bonding the box. Okay, so now because this is kind of the last, it's not the last device as the loop, but this is where it turns around and goes back out. I'll show you what we'll be doing on this one is there's our blue and white and our red and black. So we'll strip them all, of course. They're all a bit long, actually. So this one, because this is the end of our loop, well again, it's not the end of our loop in the sense of it's the EOL, but it's where it turns around to go back out. All of them are going to end up on this detector. So our blue and our red will go on one side, and our white and our black will go on the other.
Again, keep in mind if the color coding was right on this system done correctly, red and white would be positive, and blue and black would be negative.
If you're going to do a system, get your color coding right. It's just a little too late for me to get mine right. Well, we'll know if it goes an alarm instantly that it's not right. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I forgot to put the base on. You know, the funny part about that is that's not my first time doing that. done that several times actually. Okay, there is our detector. That is everything in here done. Now we've got to hook it up to our box on the tower. This will be our knack, so we'll connect that to our black and red coming from our shed.
That is the knack tied in.
Is our zone coming out. Hold on a second, actually, let me get these both straight here. These are the zone coming out, and this is the zone going up. So remember, we're going out to our new shed on the blue and the brown. So that can splice. That can splice right into here. So basically we're coming out of the ground, going to the shed, through all those devices, and then we are stopped on this white and yellow right here, which then will connect up to these ones going up to the tower, which will go up to the end of line resistor. Hopefully that makes sense. It's actually really simple, it just might be difficult to understand. So polarity doesn't really matter here, but I'm using the yellow as positive, and again, normally your brown would be positive, but I messed up the color coding, so in this case it's going to go to blue. Okay, and our orange is a spare, so it may look like a mess here, which indeed it probably is.
That is our knack. This is also a spare. You're right. Okay, that's what all the fire lines tied in at this end.
Our trouble on the system should be gone. Yes, it is, so that is great sign. Means we wired everything right in there. Next, we gotta tie in our knack though, because if we alarm in the shed, we will not get anything out there should I say, I should alarm in the garage. I keep calling this a shed. It's technically a garage. It's got a garage door on it. When we pulled permits for it, it was called a garage. It's a garage. That little one. So what we gotta do up here is connect that red and black up to our knack. So all we've got to do is find that red and black inside of there and connect it to our horn strobe, take the end of line resistor out of there and put it in our new little shed. now going to put that end of line resistor in this new horn strobe in here, because this is now the new end of line. Actually, I should technically have an end of line plate underneath it since it's more than one device. That could be an addition in the future to do.
There's under our positive side. And stick it on the negative side there. There you go, and line resistor. So at this point the system should be just seeing a big loop on the zone side and the horn strobe side. So there should be no troubles, but we do need to reprogram that zone.
There you have it. System normal. Let's see what we can do for the programming. Begin with, I don't know what the address of that module is. To programming. Point program. It's a module. Let's do edit. Let's try 10, I don't know. Oh, what am I doing? No! Think, Nick, think. Think before you act. Okay, 0, what's 10? Ha! Look at that! First try! Tower pull station. So right now it is hazard alert type. We're going to change it to, we can't do heat or pull station because it's not either of those, the whole zone. That's both of them. Come on, there's got to just be a fire alarm here somewhere. What the heck? Two pull stations, one smoke, so I guess we could just do pull station, and then I'll do pull station, so that the first thing that will come up on the screen is pull station, and then for my custom name I'll put / heat detector. That way it comes up as pull station / heat detector, even though I'm not calling it pull station / heat detector, I'm just calling it heat detector, but it will come up as pull station, if that makes any sense. Enabled, yes, but it says tower. So I'll do the name, it'll come up as pull station / smoke tower and shed. Hopefully I can do something like that. To description. Okay, so it should come up as pull station / heat tower / shed. Now, since that is what triggers the access control to unlock, I'll do that better later. I'll actually undo the wire, but for now, sorry you guys couldn't see that, I just unplugged that relay. Just gonna do that for now, so it doesn't unlock the access control. So systems, actually there's no point of pulling it there to check the horn strobe, because we should be able to pull a pull station in here, make sure the pull station comes up. So we'll pull it in here, make sure the horn strobe goes off in here, and make sure it comes up as the right thing on the panel. They are in synchronized properly. and shed. Okay, that did all work correctly. It's a little bit loud in here, still on low volume. I might have to put tape over that one. Okay, I covered this up in tape. It really, like even low volume, this echoes so loud in this little space. It's kind of way excessively loud, so we put tape over it now. I'm sure we're still getting over our 65 decibels easy. What's the next step? I guess test this heat detector. I'm now going to test the heat detector with this heat gun. This is the one that gives you a jump scare because this is where you're not close to the panel, so you can't hear the panel go off first. And this is as close as we can go. We're maxed right out, so hopefully we can do this. So this might startle us, so we won't hear a click or nothing. All of a sudden this will go in my head. Oops. I guess we permanently activated it, and I don't know why we don't have horns going off. Is that a faulty detector? Why are our horns not going off? That's interesting. Guess we'll have to put a new detector back up. Here set to continuity. If we put on something metal, you can hear we have continuity. I'm really confused as what happened here. So this is obviously coming from our module. We have -5 volts on this. So that's telling me it's coming from the module. This has 0 on it, but we read our end line resistor through that. So I don't get why the detector didn't set that off when it seemed like the detector had indeed gone off. I'm not really understanding that. Like, let me bridge it with something metal here. So watch, these ones won't set it off. This to that won't set it off. That to this won't set it off, but this to this should. But it's not. Oh my God. You know what, guys? Please make fun of me for this. I wonder why we popped the detector and it wouldn't go off. Surely nobody just forgot to reset the system. Holy shit, I'm stupid. Wow, that was pretty difficult to do. Wonder why it wouldn't go into a door. I always do that. I always overthink and think it's something complicated, that it's probably a big problem with this system when it's something really simple. Good thing I got a few of these detectors. I do not feel too smart for what I just did there. Guys, I actually can't believe I just did that. I'm not even mad at the detector. I don't care. It's just a heat detector, but like, how was I that stupid to forget to reset the system and then wonder why it doesn't work? I guess I'm used to addressable, where even if it's silenced, you can re-alarm it, because it's not, if it's like, you don't have zones, you know? Wow. Okay, let's try this again, this time with the system actually reset. Well, that's really quiet. There, you can hear both of them in sync. Watch this, guys. You wouldn't believe what this button does. Oh my god, it resets it! Okay, we checked this pull station in here. We checked this twice, blew it up. Horn strobe is good. We do have a pull station on the tower though. I'm sure it's fine. We're not in trouble. The EOL is up there, so I'm sure it is fine, but we should just check it just because we did alter the system. Just gotta put that back together after that, and then we're done. Breaking in, guys. L series horn strobes definitely sound better. They're a very similar sound, but the sound out of the L series is more crisp. It just seems like there's less static in the actual buzzing sound, if that makes any sense. I do like the L series better. They do have a more crisp sound to me. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Nothing's gonna get pinched there if we put that on like that. Okay, there we go. So I think that has our fire alarm system checked off here on stuff for this new building. So I think that's it for this video. I know this one ended up pretty long, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave those down in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.